Thanks for staying with us. Episode 200. We are celebrating our 200th episode. Without further ado, we are going to this.
Ladies and gentlemen, can I please have your attention? I've just been handed an urgent and horrifying news story. And I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen.
Keys.
When we're doing like the VH1 looking back at Planet Green Trees episodes later on, we will all comment that became like the call for the piece that's on right now. Rick Thompson, the news.
Happy 200th episode, everybody. This is Rick Thompson. Hello? It's Rick Thompson. This is the news, and it's the 22nd of May, 2014. We're going to open up today with a story of money over justice. The Chesterfield Township officials have decided to appeal a recent district court ruling that involved the Michigan Medical Marijuana Act and a possession charge that originated in their community. The township's Board of Trustees voted 6-1 to authorize the township attorney to appeal Judge William Hackle's ruling, a decision that would likely result in a jury trial to determine whether the defendant was in violation of the Medical Marijuana Act when he was found in possession of marijuana with an expired card. The defendant argued in court he was immune from prosecution under Section 8 of the state's Medical Marijuana Act. According to the report, the judge said, "I'm not going to make that call. I'm going to let the jury decide. When the jury hears the doctor testify and the patient testify, they can decide whether it's an ongoing relationship or not." So, what was the solution sought by Township Attorney Robert Siebert? Continue the case? Fight it out the way that the judge said? Nope. He's going to want to get Hackle's decision reversed because it's less expensive. Quote, "To get that far, we're going to have to be sitting in a courtroom for 2 days arguing that to a jury, and I'm simply saying from a dollars and cents standpoint, it makes more sense to me to go to circuit court and try and get the judge to reverse it." Now, he's reported to have said that if Chesterfield didn't appeal the ruling, it could negatively impact hundreds of township marijuana cases. It could be several months before a decision on the appeal is seen. Birmingham is in the process of allowing medical marijuana facilities to operate in the city's rail district. The planning board voted 6-0 to amend local zoning ordinances and allow medical marijuana establishments as a permitted use. The amendment still needs to go before the city commission before it can be finalized. Up to now, Birmingham has resisted allowing such facilities to open in the city on the grounds that marijuana is still considered a controlled substance under federal law. Last year, however, the Michigan Supreme Court ruled municipalities must follow provisions relating to the state's Medical Marijuana Act and allow for the facilities. The city decided on the rail district as the sole location for allowing the facilities, and the district is an industrial commercial section of Birmingham. The city attorney, Tim Currier, said facilities will operate essentially as a warehouse for growing medical marijuana. They will not operate as dispensaries. And under the ordinance amendment, the medical marijuana in Birmingham will operate under special land use permits, which gives the city more control over the operation. A Texas teenager is facing 5 years to life in prison for allegedly baking and selling pot brownies. Now, this is strikingly similar to our Michigan law here. Listen to this one, guys. Jacob Lavaro, a 19-year-old from Round Rock, Texas, was charged with a first-degree felony because he used hash oil instead of marijuana when making brownies. Now, that allowed the state to weigh the brownies as a whole under Controlled Substances Act, including the sugar, cocoa, butter, and other ingredients when they calculated the weight of the drugs. When this gentleman's apartment was searched, they found about 1.5 pounds of brownies, cookies and brownies, along with some ounces of marijuana and some cash. Hash oil is classified as a penalty 2 controlled substance under Texas law and contains a higher concentration of tetrahydrocannabinol. And he was arrested on April 15th and charged with possession of marijuana, possession of the illegal hash oil, and the sale of the hash-infused cookies and brownies. He's out on bond. His next court appearance is scheduled for June 19. Now, noted that the potential life sentence is way out of whack is Jamie Spencer, legal counsel for NORML's Texas chapter, who said that's higher than the punishment range for sexual assault, higher than the punishment range for aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. Minnesota lawmakers struck a deal to legalize medical marijuana. Governor Mark Dayton said he'd sign the legislation, but some patients lamented that the agreement doesn't allow them to use the actual plant material. They can only use the drug in oil, pill, or vapor form. The bill allows for 2 manufacturing facilities and 8 dispensaries statewide, but its prohibition against using plant matter disappointed many advocates who said vaporizing the leaf or smoking it were the only way some patients could get relief from their maladies. Minnesota is the only state to explicitly ban smoking of medical marijuana, according to the National Conference of State Legislators. 8 medical conditions would qualify for treatment, including cancer, glaucoma, and AIDS. Folks, that's the news for tonight. Let's get right to the celebration of the 200th anniversary. I'm excited for that. We'll cut it short. This is Rick Thompson. It's the news. All of those stories can be found on thecompassionchronicles.com. And if you want the latest live chat and talk, hit MichiganMedicalMarijuana.org for the Michigan Medical Marijuana Association website. I'm Rick Thompson. Thanks for listening. Have a great night.
Thanks, Rick. And I do see we have many of the guests in the